Joining us live from Arkansas, where you can get a ticket for driving your wheelchair. We've got Ray Ellen, the host of the Bearded Men of Real Estate podcast, the owner of Pixel Properties. He is a bearded gentleman like ourselves. Welcome in, Ray. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I was trying to think of a good tech song to bring you in, and Mr. Roboto came up, but I didn't quite get it queued in time to have it right where I needed it to be.
Nice.
So before we jump into our time together this morning, I don't know if you've been listening the entire show, but we had a caller call in, Mike. He had a family member in Arkansas, where you live, that got a DWI for driving his motorized wheelchair down the road. Is that something you guys see a lot of in Arkansas, or?
I don't. I heard. I guess his story, and I have to say, anytime you start a story with a description that says this town is right outside of this town, that's right outside of this town, that's 3 towns, and you know the size of towns in Arkansas. So if your closest large town is Hardy, that's a really small town. That cop had nothing else to do besides wait outside this person's house.
No, that's absolutely fair. That is absolutely fair. Ray Ellen, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. You're a podcast host. You're a real estate entrepreneur. I know all about you. I've been following you on social media for a couple of years now. In fact, I reached out to you like 2 years ago as the bearded realtor and said, hey, man, let's figure out a way to do some content together. And here we are 2 years later.
There you go. No, man, I've been a nerd ever. So I think Connor will get a kick out of this. But the first computer that we had, you had to build. Like, it came in a box and there were parts. So I started early, like 12, 14.
Wow.
That's when the internet was allowed in houses back then.
Wow.
So I was a nerd, put together my computer, started building websites for people. Just kind of had a nerd bent throughout my life. Got into real estate and started trying to figure out how to change the industry for the better. Marketing is kind of how we went there. Still a bunch of marketing, all the data and analytics and everything you look at on the back end. So, yeah, we've kind of made our mark. We traveled the country and spoke at some conferences and stuff like that. And now we have our own company and rocking and rolling.
Real estate, fake estate, maybe my favorite segment.
Man, so that's a personal vendetta that I have against some in the real estate industry that just use these really tired practices. Like, if we don't sell your home, we buy it. And so I just want to say, like, this is how that actually works. And
for 63% of the market value. Yeah. And that's when when I had a real estate company as well, I offered that same thing. I said, look, if they'll do it, I'll do it. I will give you 5% more on your home than whatever they're willing to pay you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And a lot of people, it's the bait and switch stuff that always gets to me. I think the last episode we had of Real Estate Fake Estate was celebrity
endorsements, which is my favorite.
We talked about how those work and the realities behind it. So they're really short. So yeah, that's a cleansing show that we did for me, just to say, like, this is going on in the industry. I know it's going on in the industry, and it should be changed, or it should be done differently. But we also do like simple stuff. Like, some people say that open houses don't work.
Yeah, well, they do.
Yeah, they do. And we talk about an agent that says that usually just wants Sunday off.
That's fact. They got a golf game or something. But my name is so-and-so real estate agent, and I'm really good friends with Barbara Corcoran. I'm really good friends with her because I paid her hundreds of thousands of dollars to pretend to be my friend.
Not even that much, man.
How much is it for cheaper. Corcoran?
There's some, well, I don't know.
I heard she was 125 is what I heard.
No. Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a group that is that she's a member of, that a whole bunch of celebrities are members of, that basically you hire this group and you get all these celebrity endorsements. So you get more than one.
It's called Cameo.
Yeah, there's that too. You can also do a Cameo for like $50.
Oh man,
I surprised you there, right? You had no idea.
No, I didn't know you knew the app game very well, considering you have a flip phone. But speaking,
you got to get Boomer on the Cameo so people can hire Boomer to say happy birthday to their friends.
That. Yeah.
Absolutely. What a great idea.
For $195.
Whoa, wow. He's getting $1.95. So speaking of flip phones, you streamed the Apple keynote address about the new phone, and you gave us some commentary, and that I tuned in for that. I am an iPhone guy. I'm all Apple guy. I love tech, but I know nothing about tech, and I know that the conversation right now is, what is the iPhone 12? What's the difference? Should I get it? Let's just touch on that a bit, because you are definitely an Apple geek. The question is, do you already have one?
No, not yet.
When do they come out?
So you can already order the iPhone 12.
Not the 12
Those are
Pro?
already available. The iPhone 12 Pro, like the 12 Pro Max, those I think are on pre-order right now.
So what's the big difference? I mean, iPhones come out every freaking 3 weeks, it feels like. So and sometimes there's a big change, sometimes there's not. So what is the difference in this one?
Well, they used to be, like years ago, they used to be on this update scheme where they would come out with a phone with this a particular type of form factor. And then the next time they updated, they would only update the inside of the phone and really not make much change to the form factor. So they've departed from that recently, and they've just honestly been a little bit all over the place. They still release about one phone per year, but the form factor for the 12 has changed. So what I would look for, like some people are saying, well, wait on the 13. The 13 is probably going to be a very similar form factor, but maybe some upgrades for the insides and what it could do. So the biggest difference, if you're looking at an 11 or 11 Pro versus a 12 Pro, it's just 0.2 inches larger. So it's not a larger display. But one of the biggest things, and they said it a billion times, actually, if you Google Apple 5G announcement, you'll see somebody that clipped like every time they use the word 5G, and it's like 50 times in their presentation they talked about 5G, 5G, 5G. So the biggest thing is that they're now carrying 5G. They have one more times optical zoom range. So it was a 4X, now it's a 5X. And this is the Pro Max, by the way. And it's got something that the other doesn't. It's a LiDAR scanner for night mode portraits. So it's basically shooting LiDAR out at whatever you're taking a picture of to get more data into the phone so that it can process a better picture.
So a better camera and 5G and a different form factor.
Yeah, and it's also a faster chip. So the other big announcement, just kind of in general, a tech announcement, is that Apple is moving away from Intel. And they are doing big things with their own little silicon, their own chips. Oh. So it's got the A14 instead of the A13. So that's going to be much faster in the future. They got, this. It's about the same battery. The front is different. So instead of being glass, it's a ceramic shield.
Oh, does that mean it's going to break less? Because I break mine all the time.
They said 4 times less.
Wow,
four times better drop performance.
So I will only break it 3 times during my course of ownership as opposed to 12 times.
Well, one of the things they did to help you is that they flattened the edges.
Yes, I saw that. I'm so happy they went back to that.
Yeah.
Because if you drop it on the edge, it won't break everything. Because right now, you drop it on the rounded edge, it cracks both sides.
Yeah, it cracks everything, and because it's a rounded edge, it's like a slippery bar of soap or something.
That's right. Don't drop that. Never mind. Okay, let's go to a break. Ray Allen, again, the Bearded Men of Real Estate podcast. We will link his podcast. We will link his information. Put him on our website. We'll put him out on social media. He's going to join us regularly to give us our tech updates and real estate and whatever. I mean, he's just going to join us because he's fun and we like him. Thank you, Ray, for joining us this morning. As always,
thank you, sir.
Have a great day. We'll talk to you very soon. For those of you listening, we'll be right back.